Shout out to the brother Math Hoffa for doing this interview. You just revealed one of the most important things that we needed to hear about Tupac involving the New York situation. And that was that he didn't have any security on him in New York, like some people claimed. Oh, yeah. Let's get into some of this straight game. Y'all need to hear this.
Black chat. Life is like those cards. It's not what you dealt, but how you play it. Black chat. Play each situation correctly. I remember they used to laugh at a brother.
Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. It's your boy DELRAY, Richardson, platinum artist, platinum songwriter, Straight Game TV. I thank you for tuning in. I appreciate your time. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button notification, as it helps push the content out to more potential subscribers, as well as the people who have already subscribed to the channel. Also, if you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so and tell a friend. And like I always say, if this is your first time watching Straight Game TV, and you would like to be one of the first people notified when I drop some of this straight game, please do me a favor and hit that bell notification right below the video. I'm going to get right into it. Ladies and gentlemen, I've been doing some extensive research. You know, as I was looking at YouTube the other day, somehow, some way, you know, a video popped up on my, as I was scrolling down on the feed. Correct. And so as I clicked on the video, and it was on the brother Math Hoffa's channel, and there was a young man on there who was explaining what happened in New York in regards to when Tupac and Nas ran into each other. I basically told you guys that there was an altercation before that, and I was standing right next to Tupac as we were down on the floor at the House of Blues. And Tupac ran into each other, but it really wasn't an altercation. It looked like it was going to be, but it was, you know, everything was cool. It was all good, and that was the reason why Tupac was mad. Not only that, but he was upset after he heard Nas' song "The Message," and when he seen him in New York, that was the reason for the escalation of that, because of what Nas had said in the song, and he didn't tell Tupac that he had said anything like that. In the song when they met at the House of Blues, approximately like 2 weeks earlier. This was on August 11th, 1996, when that night happened. And like I said, the MTV Music Awards was in the beginning of September, a few days before Tupac was shot, right? But in this video on Math Hoffa, shout out to Math Hoffa and all of his crew and the folks in New York. In this video, the young man is explaining about what happened. And then he explains that right before Tupac and Nas and Nas' crew, or his crew, are about to get into it, he basically says that the security came and grabbed Tupac, because Tupac was actually standing next to the Outlaws. He said they had straight razors and all of this, that, and the other, right? And so after he said that, Math Hoffa asked him, what security? Right? And listen to what he said.
But this is all inside.
This is all in the concession stand.
Right.
Right? This is all in the concession stand.
Where's the security?
I think Pac had like three dudes with him.
Yeah.
But I think they was Suge security. Cause Suge got more security than Pac. Pac had his niggas,
right?
You know. So
boom. It's been a long-running lie, basically a lie, like I told you guys before. The brother who's explaining this would be the opposition. It wouldn't be somebody who could actually speak in favor of, you know, and of Tupac them at that time. He's simply telling the story as he witnessed it. He said he was right there, right? So he basically says that the security was more around Suge, right, than they were around Tupac. And Tupac's security was basically what the guys that he was around. Does that not coincide with the statement that Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. made on his channel, basically saying, fuck that nigga? I hope that, hold on, I don't need to say it. Listen. This is how he really felt about Tupac Shakur when he found out about that letter. Listen.
Yasmin put that out because I said something that she didn't like, and she had some letter she put up. I can't say that I got it or didn't get it. I didn't get it. I didn't know about it. Because I sure would. I'm the type of nigga to be like, fuck that nigga. That's me. That's Reggie. If y'all don't know anything about me, I didn't need that little $300 a day profit I was making up for having those two guys on there. But like, he don't want no security. Let him and his homeboys do it. Let them run around. I hope he get arrested and they get arrested with guns on him, so he's asking if I let him go back to jail. If that's all happened.
He basically said, I hope that him and his guys get arrested with guns and blah, blah, blah. Right? Is that not, this brother, this is an isolated incident, him being on Math Alpha. So, you can't relate the two. He's basically saying what I've been telling y'all all along. And Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. had been lying to people, saying that his security was on Tupac in New York. When the brother said the security was around Suge, and they probably seen that an altercation was going to happen, right? And came and grabbed Tupac and removed him from that situation. You get it? You get it? So like I told you before, the security company still worked for Death Row. But Tupac had fired the security company as it related to them personally working with him because he didn't trust Reggie. He wanted nothing to do with him. And then the time when Yasmin Fula said that she had went down to the studio and wanted to get Tupac's masters from the studio, and the security stopped her from doing it. That was the straw that had broke the camel's back. But more importantly, as to the security, because now I take you to Las Vegas. You see how the brother said the security came up and grabbed Tupac? Remember, I told you that if Tupac was adequately secured, then he would have never been able to break away to go and do anything to Orlando Anderson. Just like in New York, when the security that was working for Suge that night, right, came over and grabbed Tupac and removed him from the situation. You understand what I'm saying? So now, from that perspective, you got to understand that there was no security on Tupac in New York. There was security on Suge, just like the brother said. So Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. saying, yeah, my guys were on Tupac in New York, is a lie. You understand what I'm saying? And when you understand what I'm saying, people might say, well, yeah, the security, no. If he wasn't, no. You can't even use that aspect of what the security did grab Tupac. They weren't working for Tupac. They were working for Death Row. Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. has said as much in regards to that his loyalty was to Death Row. Okay, we get it. And I'm cool with that. But one must not come out and act as if they were all places at all times when that's simply not the truth. The guy said what he witnessed when they walked past him. He said that Tupac was with the Outlaws. No security was there. Why? Because the security wasn't on Tupac. Tupac had basically fired the security. And like I said, if there was an adequate real security presence, Tupac would not have been in the situation in Las Vegas. Like it was probably Michael Moore who was the one that grabbed Tupac, because Michael Moore had said that he was always getting Tupac out of various situations and shit like that, and so on and so forth. So now they're in New York, right? The security grab him, right? Now you go to Vegas, and Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. is now trying to remove the security from around Tupac. Michael Moore said that. You get it? So everything that we need to know based on this Math Hoffa video. And I'm so glad that Math Hoffa asked the brother, what security? As to get him to explain basically what he saw and what he witnessed at that particular time. There was no security, no real security presence on 2Pac in New York, period. And the security that came over there and grabbed 2Pac was the security for Suge. It wasn't for 2Pac. You see, so like I said, once again, the lies have been just so pervasive. You know what I mean? I mean, it's crazy, man. And then you have more people coming out talking about what they witnessed. But if you listen to Reggie the Rat Wright Jr., you will think that he was everywhere at all times as it relates to death row. And he just wasn't. Like I said, the brother that's talking to Math Hoffa is just basically reciting the story and what he saw. Math Hoffa said, well, what security? Oh, no, Pac didn't have no security on him. The security was mainly with Suge, you know what I mean? But the security guy grabbed him. These are facts, y'all. So once again, we have it in New York. No security on 2Pac from a brother who witnessed it himself. And we also have it in Las Vegas, in which we heard Frank Alexander said that 2Pac, after he seen the letter, right, of 2Pac firing Reggie and his security company, right, that he basically told Pac that, and Pac said, nah, nigga, you going with me. That's why Frank was with 2Pac in Vegas. That's why Frank was the only one on 2Pac in Vegas. You now have it, right? There's no denying it. You can't, there's no other, like Frank said that out of his mouth. You see? And so therefore, Suge said what he said. Y'all heard that in a couple more videos, a couple of videos. Well, actually, the last video I put out, or two other videos I put out before this, that Reggie took the security off 2Pac. There lies his involvement in being complicit and negligent, right, in the death of Tupac Shakur. Why? Because Suge asked him to send the security and he didn't. Remember, the security still worked for death row. So if Suge said, yo, send the security, I want, them to be on 2Pac, then that's what you do. And then Tupac and Suge would deal with that situation after the fact. Once the security get there, say, Pac, yeah, I want them around you. And Pac, if he would have told Suge, nah, I'm good. You know what I mean? Suge would probably like, nah, it's, shit is hectic and it ain't looking right. You know what I mean? Period. So once again, you see what I've been trying to tell you all of this time. And thanks to the brother, like I said, Math Hoffa, for doing the interview and being thorough and asking that question, because I think that's the most important part about this situation and revealing new information in regards to the New York situation, because Reggie the Rat Wright Jr. basically said that, my security guys, I had my guys on 2Pac in New York. Yeah, we know that was a lie too. Your boy DELRAY, straight gang.